This is Absolute Ricky Saints, and you're watching Smart Tank Revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, the benevolent, intelligent, the excellence of elocution, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, flying solo today on this installment of Turn the Mic On and Let's See What Happens. Yeah. However, I actually do have a reason for cutting this mic on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone who's contributed to liking our videos and shorts and even commenting on them. A while ago, I posted a short of Brian Pillman at the Slammies of 1997. Go check that out. As a matter of fact, if I can remember, I'll leave it somewhere in this video for you to click. But it is great. There was a jab at The Rock and his date that I absolutely loved. His Ahmed Johnson impersonation was spot on. But I asked if you could blend Brian Pillman and Jon Moxley together, what would you get? And boy, our supporters, you, the people who we do this for, were incredibly vocal. I'm going to read some, and shout out to everybody that commented, all 236 of you thus far. Necessary Evil says, Moxley couldn't lace Pillman's boots, with a plethora of replies underneath it, including one that says he can't figure out the tying part. Oh, damn. I said if you blend the two, I wasn't comparing them, but you all just went off. It's like it was blasphemous to even put them both in the same sentence. Let's go down. By the way, that was Macho Man 176. Shout out to you. Bullock 4211 agrees and says, right. What a slap. It says a lap, but I understand what you mean. What a slap in the face to Pillman, even mentioning the two in the same sentence. Wow, okay. I literally just said that. But and I just read your comment, so shout out to you. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know it was that bad. Let's see. Thank you. He couldn't tie his tie either. Yo. The Jon Moxley hatred in this comment section is, it's furious. Just furious fury. Johnny Appleseed 8127 says Moxley is nothing but Timu Stone Cold. Ouch. Woo. And that was just under the replies of Moxley couldn't lace Pillman's boots. Johnny Victorious says the loose cannon, one of the realest ever. Hey, even according to Jim Cornette, Brian Pillman was so into his character they didn't know if he was working or not. Let's see. Let's go down here. Pillman was ahead of his time. This comes from Die Hard Outdoors. Shout out to you, brother. Pillman was ahead of his Pillman was ahead of his time. True pioneer of the Attitude Era. I 100% agree with that. Imagine if we had Brian Pillman today, or I'd say today, but it would have to be in AEW. What I actually meant to say was, imagine if we had Brian Pillman for the majority of the Attitude Era. If his career wasn't cut short due to his untimely demise. Man. Let's go down and read a couple more. Pillman would have changed everything. So awesome. I feel like that actually relates to what I just said. It's too bad Brian Pillman didn't go through the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression eras. From Darren R8L. Shout out to you, brother. Well, you know what? Maybe I should just read the comments, because whenever I just want to share some of my thoughts. I feel like someone's already going to say it in here anyway. But you guys in the comments are still rolling even to this day. I can't even remember. This was probably posted maybe like a year or two ago. I just love the engagement here, so we had to do something. I was by no means saying that they were comparable or that Jon Moxley is better than Brian Pillman. I was just saying, just imagine blending those two together. The mic skills, the antics of a Brian Pillman with all the blood and the gore of a Jon Moxley, unless you're wrestling in New York City, because apparently they can't bleed in New York. So that's what I actually meant. But hey, if the shoe fits, I'm glad you guys, some of y'all are just getting at me in these comments like, how dare you? And I get it. Oh, let's read a couple more from, was it Devi Apocalypse? Moxley can barely string a sentence together. Pillman is a legend and a mic god. Wow. Okay. At game time, YJ6QV. At this point, Pillman would run circles around The Rock on the mic. And they're talking about his joke that he made about The Rock's date, which was excellent. Shout out to you though, brother. At AJ1988, AJ_1988, shout out to you, my man. Pillman was pure attitude. And from Norman, the net builder, who replied directly to that, says, was backstage one night at the St. Petersburg Bayfront Center. He had just lost the stunning Steve Austin. Pillman walked by me dressed in jeans and cowboy boots. He looked pissed. I can believe that. So that if he wrestled and lost the stunning Steve Austin, his former tag team partner, part of the Hollywood Blondes, this had to be in WCW. Flying Brian Pillman. Man, like before he even touched a WWE ring, Flying Brian Pillman, and then his short stint with the Horsemen. I remember when Arn Anderson slapped him. You guys remember that? And I wish we would have got more from that, because I'm telling you, man, like before there was any type of clinical description for whatever mental health issue Brian Pillman, was working, of course. And not in real life. I'm just saying, like, he just really seemed like it was a blend of bipolar, schizophrenic, what else are we gonna do? Mixed with Tourette's. He really, really did that lunatic fringe, pun intended, but he did that way better than Dean Ambrose / Jon Moxley. And I think it was just growing legs and beginning to run in WCW. But unfortunately, they didn't finish it there, because he came over to Stanford in the WWF. I'm going to read a couple more. There's tons of misuse and legends. Poopenheimer 989 says the healthy Pillman and Attitude Era would have been fire. I agree. Java Pap says he cooled down about 100 degrees when moving to Stone Cold. They did a great... You know what? I always wondered if anyone captured any, off-air footage when Stone Cold broke into, or alleged, no, I can't say alleged because it was clearly on Raw. When Stone Cold breaks into Brian Pillman's house and Brian Pillman has the gun pointed at the door, when the camera stopped rolling, do you think they just sat down and played checkers or something like that? I always wanted to see what happened. Did Stone Cold spend the night there? You know what I mean? I just curious about that. Anyway, gang. I actually had to stop this, and this was a jump cut, because we're starting to experience technical difficulties. I don't want my computer to crash. So I'm going to cut this video short here. But you let us know, what do you think? Brian Pillman, John Moxley, was I in the wrong for pairing those two? Let us know. Please like the video. Accept our invitation to subscribe to the channel. And we thank all the supporters that through thick and thin have stayed with us. And, check out some of the legacy content on the channel. Go through the playlist. Please, by all means, engage with us in those comment sections, because we engage right back. On behalf of my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Business, shout out to you, brother. This is Donnie Wonderful, signing off.